Archangel Michael says, "Listen closely, my beloved soul, because the moment you are experiencing right now is not something ordinary." Many times in life people move through their days without realizing that certain moments carry deeper meaning. They wake up, follow their routine, handle their responsibilities, and continue forward without noticing that something meaningful may already be unfolding around them. But sometimes there comes a moment when the heart feels a quiet pull to pause and listen, a moment when your attention is drawn towards something that feels different from the usual flow of the day. The reason this moment matters is because your life has been quietly moving through a period of preparation. Over the past weeks or even months, experiences have been shaping your thoughts, strengthening your patience, and guiding your awareness in ways you may not have noticed at first. Some of those experiences may have been challenging, while others may have seemed ordinary and simple. Yet every one of them played a role in building the perspective you carry today. Archangel Michael says a miracle does not always appear as something sudden or dramatic. Often it begins as a shift in awareness. It begins when a person starts seeing their life differently, when they begin recognizing opportunities, growth, and possibilities that once felt hidden. A miracle can be the moment when confusion becomes clarity, when doubt begins transforming into confidence, and when the effort you have been making starts guiding you toward results that once seemed distant. There were times when you may have wondered whether your journey was truly leading somewhere meaningful. Perhaps you felt like you were doing your best but not always seeing the progress you hoped for. Moments like that can make anyone question their path. Yet the fact that you continued moving forward shows a powerful quality within you. It shows that even during uncertain moments you carried the determination to keep learning, improving, and searching for direction. Archangel Michael says every effort you made was building something beneath the surface. Just like seeds planted in the soil grow quietly before they appear above the ground, your patience and persistence have been developing strength inside you. The lessons you learned from your experiences have prepared you in ways you may not fully realize yet. When the time arrives for new opportunities to appear, the wisdom you gain from those experiences becomes incredibly valuable. Sometimes people imagine miracles as something that arrives instantly and changes everything at once. But many miracles reveal themselves gradually. They begin through new understanding, new ideas, and new possibilities that guide a person toward a better direction. When you become aware of those possibilities, you begin recognizing how your choices and actions can influence the path ahead. Archangel Michael says the reason you are hearing this message now is because your awareness has been growing. You may have noticed that your thoughts about your life, your goals, or your future have been evolving. Situations that once seemed confusing may now encourage reflection instead. Instead of reacting immediately to challenges, you might pause and consider the deeper meaning behind them. These small changes show that your perspective is expanding. As your awareness grows, you begin noticing details. Over the past period of your life you have been moving through moments that may have seemed ordinary, yet within those moments something important has been developing inside you. There were times when you may have felt uncertain about the direction of your life. Perhaps you wondered whether your efforts were truly leading somewhere meaningful. During those moments it can be easy for anyone to feel discouraged or impatient. Yet the truth is that every experience you faced was helping you grow in ways that are not always visible immediately. Each challenge taught you something about patience, resilience, and determination. Each situation encouraged you to reflect more deeply about your goals and your choices. Archangel Michael says growth always begins with awareness. When your awareness grows, you begin to see your life from a wider perspective. Situations that once seemed confusing may begin to reveal the lessons they carried. You may start noticing how certain experiences prepared you to think differently, to act more thoughtfully, and to approach challenges with greater calmness. These shifts in understanding are powerful because they change the way you move through life. Sometimes the miracle people are waiting for is not something external appearing suddenly. Sometimes the miracle is the moment when your perspective changes and you begin recognizing the opportunities that were already present around you. When your thinking becomes clearer, your ability to notice possibilities becomes stronger. Ideas begin appearing that once felt distant or impossible. Inspiration may come through simple conversations, quiet reflection, or unexpected insights. Archangel Michael says the reason this moment matters is because your journey has been preparing you to recognize these possibilities. The patience you practiced during uncertain times has strengthened your resilience. The lessons you learned from past experiences have expanded your understanding. All of these qualities now help you approach life with a deeper sense of awareness. You may soon begin noticing small shifts in your daily experiences. Situations that once felt ordinary might begin revealing new potential. An idea may enter your mind that encourages you to explore a new direction. A conversation may inspire you to think about your abilities in a different way. These moments may appear simple, but they often represent the beginning of something meaningful developing in your life. Archangel Michael says it is important to remain calm and attentive during this period. Miracles and blessings often reveal themselves to those who are willing to observe carefully and reflect thoughtfully. When your mind is filled with doubt or distraction, opportunities can pass by unnoticed. But when your awareness remains strong, you begin recognizing how each moment carries the potential to guide you forward. Another important part of this journey is patience. Real progress rarely happens instantly. It grows gradually through consistent effort and thoughtful decisions. Every step you take adds experience to your path, and every lesson you learn strengthens your ability to recognize the right opportunities when they appear. Archangel Michael says the miracle mentioned in this message is closely connected to your growth. The more you continue learning from your experiences and remaining open to new understanding, the clearer your direction will become. Your journey is unfolding step by step, and each stage of that journey carries meaning. So take a moment to remain present with this message. Allow yourself to reflect on how much you have already learned and how much your perspective has expanded. The awareness developing within you is guiding your path in ways that may only become clear as time moves forward. And as you continue walking with patience and openness, the opportunities that belong in your life will begin revealing themselves naturally. Archangel Michael says, "Listen once more with patience and clarity, my beloved soul, because when a miracle begins forming in a person's life, the most powerful transformation often happens inside their awareness before it becomes visible around them." Many people wait for dramatic events to believe something meaningful is happening, but true change usually begins quietly through the way you think, the way you reflect on your experiences, and the way you begin understanding your own journey more deeply. Over the past period of your life, you may have started noticing that your perspective is changing. Situations that once felt overwhelming might now appear as lessons that helped you become stronger. Instead of reacting quickly to challenges, you may find yourself thinking more carefully about how to respond. This shift may seem small, but it shows that your awareness is growing. When awareness grows, it allows you to move through life with greater balance and understanding. Archangel Michael says every experience you faced has played a role in preparing you for this moment. There were moments when patience was required even though you wanted faster progress. There were times when you had to trust that your effort would eventually lead somewhere meaningful. Those moments were not wasted. They were building resilience and helping you develop the ability to remain steady even when life feels uncertain. Many people overlook how valuable patience truly is. Patience gives your mind the space to think clearly instead of reacting emotionally. When you remain patient, you begin noticing details and opportunities that would otherwise pass by unnoticed. This ability to observe and reflect becomes incredibly important when a new stage of life begins to unfold. Archangel Michael says the miracle that is approaching your life is closely connected to this growing awareness. A miracle can appear in many forms. Sometimes it arrives through an opportunity that encourages you to explore your abilities. Sometimes it appears as clarity about the direction you want to take. Other times it may simply be the realization that your life is capable of evolving in ways you once believed were impossible. You may begin noticing that certain ideas appear in your mind more often. Perhaps you start thinking about possibilities you had not considered before. Maybe a conversation inspires you to look at your situation differently. Even quiet moments of reflection can bring insights that guide you toward a better understanding of your path. These moments may feel simple, yet they often represent the early stages of meaningful change. Archangel Michael says it is important to remain open to these moments of insight. When your mind becomes curious and willing to learn, you create the conditions where new opportunities can grow. The more you reflect on your experiences and listen to the ideas that inspire you, the clearer your direction becomes. Another important part of this process is confidence built through experience. Confidence does not mean believing that everything will be easy. Instead, it means trusting that the lessons you have learned have given you the ability to face new situations with wisdom. When confidence grows from experience, it becomes steady and balanced. It allows you to approach opportunities thoughtfully instead of rushing impulsively. Archangel Michael says the miracle mentioned in this message is not something that demands urgency or fear. It is an invitation to remain aware of the possibilities unfolding in your life right now. The path ahead may still be forming, but the awareness you are developing is helping you recognize where your efforts and attention should go. Remember that meaningful change happens step by step. Just as a seed grows quietly before it becomes a tree, the progress in your life may begin in ways that are not immediately visible. Yet every moment of reflection, every idea that inspires curiosity, and every opportunity that encourages growth contributes to the development of something valuable. Archangel Michael says your journey has already shown that you possess the determination to continue moving forward. The experiences you faced have strengthened your perspective, and the awareness you are developing now will guide you as new opportunities appear. Continue observing your thoughts and ideas with patience, and allow yourself to remain open to learning from each moment. As you continue walking forward with this awareness, the miracle forming in your life will gradually reveal its meaning. What once seemed distant may begin to feel possible, and the understanding you are gaining now will help you recognize the opportunities that belong in your path. Archangel Michael says, "Listen carefully one more time, my beloved soul, because when a miracle begins unfolding in someone's life, it is rarely about a single moment that changes everything instantly. A true miracle often reveals itself through understanding, awareness, and the ability to recognize the opportunities that appear along your path." Many people wait for something extraordinary to happen before they believe their life is changing, but in reality the most meaningful transformations begin quietly within your perspective. Over time you may have noticed that your thoughts about your life, your goals, and your direction have been evolving. Situations that once felt confusing may now encourage reflection. Instead of reacting quickly to every challenge, you may find yourself pausing to think more carefully about the meaning behind each experience. This change in your thinking is powerful because it shows that your awareness has matured. Archangel Michael says awareness is one of the most valuable qualities a person can develop. When you become aware of your thoughts, your experiences, and the lessons they carry, you gain the ability to guide your life with greater clarity. Instead of feeling controlled by circumstances, you begin understanding how your decisions shape the direction you move toward. Think about the experiences you have faced recently. Some of them may have tested your patience or required you to adapt in ways you did not expect. At the time those situations may have felt difficult, yet they were helping you grow stronger and wiser. Each experience added knowledge to your journey and helped prepare you for the next stage of your life. Archangel Michael says a miracle can sometimes be the moment when everything you have learned begins to align with new opportunities. When your awareness grows and your perspective becomes clearer, you start recognizing possibilities that once seemed invisible. An idea may inspire you to explore something new. A conversation may guide your thinking in a direction you had never considered. Even a quiet moment of reflection can reveal insight about the abilities you already possess. These moments may appear simple at first, but they are often the beginning of meaningful change. When you remain open to learning and attentive to your surroundings, you allow yourself to recognize the value of these opportunities. Instead of ignoring them, you begin exploring how they can guide you toward improvement and growth. Archangel Michael says patience remains an important part of this journey. Real progress does not appear instantly. It grows gradually through consistent effort and thoughtful decisions. Every step you take adds experience and understanding to your path. Over time those steps combine to create the progress you have been seeking. It is also important to remember that miracles are often connected to the way you see your life. When you begin appreciating the lessons you have learned and the strength you have developed, your confidence naturally grows. This confidence is not based on believing everything will be easy, but on trusting that you have the ability to adapt and learn from each experience that appears. Archangel Michael says the miracle mentioned in this message is an invitation to remain attentive to the changes happening within your awareness. As your understanding continues to expand, you will begin noticing how your ideas, decisions, and actions influence the direction of your life. The more you remain open to learning and growth, the more clearly your path will begin to reveal itself. Take a moment to reflect on how far you have already come. The journey you have walked has strengthened your patience and deepened your understanding. Even moments that once felt uncertain contributed to your growth. Now those experiences are helping you see new possibilities that once seemed distant. Archangel Michael says the future does not unfold all at once. It reveals itself step by step as your awareness continues to grow. When you move forward with patience, curiosity, and openness, you create the conditions where meaningful opportunities can appear. So remain calm, remain attentive, and continue learning from each moment of your journey. The miracle forming in your life may not appear as something sudden or dramatic, but as a gradual unfolding of clarity, opportunity, and growth. And as you continue walking forward with awareness and confidence, the path ahead will become clearer than it has ever been before. If this message truly spoke to your heart, take a moment and comment, "I receive this miracle," to affirm that you are ready for the new blessings and opportunities entering your life. And if you feel this message reached you at the perfect time, write "Amen" in the comments as a sign of faith and gratitude for the journey ahead. Also like this video and subscribe, so you continue receiving messages that inspire growth, clarity, and encouragement on your path.